guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. So today I'm going to be working on my practice hand I got from Red Iguana. Her name is Aries. She's a 4-finger diva, and I'm going to be using her for the first time to show you guys a quick nail look that I thought about doing. So what I did is I went on ahead and added the nail tips to the practice hand, as well as I included some tip extensions. I think these are some tips that I ordered from Amazon. I have a bunch of those tips, so I wanted to make sure that I used them. But I went on ahead and tipped the base nail using Tammy Taylor's brush-on glue. And so as you can see here, I'm applying a pink acrylic. I believe this is Mia's Secret, I want to say. No, actually this is Valentino Beauty. So I'm applying this pink acrylic, and I'm telling you, you guys, this right here, it was cold in my basement, and so I had to chase this acrylic around. It was running and escaping and all over the place. So that's one thing to think about, is when you are doing an acrylic application, temperature matters. When it's cold, it's a little bit more challenging to control the acrylic. So as the process goes on with me applying this acrylic, I began to figure out how I could best control for it. And so I was using small beads to try to lay a smooth application of this beautiful pink acrylic. And I think it's from the Victoria collection from Valentino Beauty here, I want to say. But I'm using a number 10 brush, and I'm using very small beads to apply this acrylic so that it can stop running away from me. I also drain a little bit of the liquid out of the brush so that as I place the bead on the nail, it would adhere a little bit better. So this look, I was just pretty much thinking about, I wanted to do something with pink and blue. And I thought that this beautiful pink color will be really pretty with a really pretty blue acrylic, as you would see further in the video. It would be really nice combination that would work really well. So I'm gonna let you guys just go ahead and check it out. And I'm doing a voiceover today because, you guys, I tried to film this video not in a voiceover, and oh my gosh, my husband and son were having a straight up conversation with me while I was shooting this video. So as I was applying the acrylic and trying to get Miss Aries' hands together for her full set, they were just having a straight up conversation with me. So I had to mute out the conversation, and I decided that a voiceover will be appropriate for this video. So I'm gonna be quiet while you guys watch, and I hope you enjoy this video. decided, you guys, to go ahead and do 2 of the fingers with pink, and I decided to go with the glitter, the blue glitter on the pinky finger and the index finger. So with this, I picked up this really pretty blue glitter from the nail supply store. It's just raw glitter. So as you saw, I went ahead and laid down a little small bead of clear acrylic so that the glitter would adhere to the nail. If you don't apply a little bit of clear acrylic down first, well, you're gonna have a problem with this glitter adhering to the nail plate. So I went ahead and dipped a little bit of my brush in the glitter mix as well as in the clear acrylic so that we can form a bead. And I'm using just a thin layer of this blue acrylic because y'all, you really want to make sure from experience that you don't overuse a color acrylic, and you definitely don't want to overuse glitter. You don't want it to be thick because you're going to have to encapsulate both color acrylic and glitter, because if you don't do the clear capping of the acrylic with a clear acrylic powder, as soon as you start to foul, you're going to remove all of your beautiful design. You're going to remove all your pretty colors. So you want to make sure that you clear cap after you finish. And again, remember just to use a small beads, very thin layer of this beautiful glitter. So I really like this color. I thought it would be appropriate for this particular nail coordination of the pink and blue. And I believe, yes, I'm going in and I'm doing a ombre effect with this pink and blue. So I'm starting at the cuticle, brushing the pink acrylic slightly over the blue just to create an ombre look. And sometimes I struggle just a little bit with the ombres, especially if if I'm using a dark color, or either I'm using a glitter, but I figured out as I went on in this process how to make it more of an ombre effect so that these colors won't be so separated. So I'm using small beads of the pink, ombreing it over with the brush, excuse me. I'm bringing it over the blue glitter. My goodness, Diva's tired, y'all. I am so tired, you guys, but at any rate, I'm pressing on. But yes, I'm moving ahead here with this ombre effect, and I thought it was really pretty as I began to finish the ombre. So I'll let you guys go ahead and check this out. Okay, y'all, so now with this finger, I decided to do the entire finger with the glitter mix. So again, I wet my nail plate with the acrylic. For some reason, you know, this is something that I've learned working with acrylic. If you just take your brush, your wet brush, and just brush it over the nail plate prior to applying acrylic, it tends to allow the acrylic to flow and settle smoothly on the nail plate. So I really like to do that. I really find that it's easier for me to move the acrylic in a more easier way. So I decided to use this particular nail tip here, or nail I should say. I just wanted to go ahead and make the whole nail glitter. I thought it'd be nice just to see the entire nail glitter in this color. And using a thin layer again. Now, this whole thin layer situation with glitter and color acrylic is something I had to learn over time, because y'all listen, honey, I was packing it on. In the beginning, oh my gosh, I remember when I was in school and it was so thick. I'm like, this is a hot mess. And my instructor would say, Katina girl, listen, you have going to have to make thin layers of this acrylic color. You're wasting product. And you got a molehill, honey, on that nail. You got a straight up mountain on that nail because you're using too much. So over time, I've learned how to work in thin layers. I guess I was just nervous, honestly. I was just like, shoot, so if I put it too thin, ain't nobody gonna see that. I ain't gonna see that if it's too thin. But I learned that thin is best. Shoot, it's best when you're dealing with glitters, and it's best when you're dealing with color acrylic. You save money and you save filing. So I wrapped up this nail, the entire nail, with the glitter. So now it's time to encapsulate. All right, so with the encapsulation, I'm using a clear acrylic from Coupa Ink. I love their clear acrylic. It's really nice to work with, so it's pretty simple. And you just, as far as beads are concerned, yeah, I was really caught up in the number of beads to use on a nail. Should I use 2 beads, 3 beads, 4 beads? I realized that, you know what? You just need to build this nail. And you need to make sure that it's a smooth application, and you need to make sure that you have encapsulated your colors and your glitters and your designs, and you need to make sure that you have an apex. So I try now not to focus so much on how many beads versus focusing on making sure that the nail application is smooth and that it has a good apex and that it has good strength where it needs to be. And the strength is where you apply the nail tip on the free edge of the natural nail is where you need your strength to be. Because if you don't have a strong apex, you're going to have a broke nail. So I try not to focus on, okay, Katina, so how many beads did you use? How many beads is it? No. I focus on the structure of the nail, the smoothness of the application of the acrylic, and I focus on building a strong apex where it needs to be so that the nails will not break. And I also focus on shaping the nail properly, whether you're doing a stiletto or a coffin shape or whatever, square, oval, whatever you want to do, almond shape. I just wanted to focus on those areas because sometimes it can be overwhelming thinking about bead placement or the number of beads. So as you go on doing nails, for those who enjoy doing nails, those who are new at the game of nails, you will realize what works best for you. You will definitely come up with your own technique in laying down your acrylic, creating a structure and a strong nail. That's what it's all about. It's all about that structure and a strong nail. So I'm going in, just wrapping up the clear capping of the acrylic. And you want to make sure you put enough clear down. You may have a thick nail, but you can file that into shape, because if you don't put enough clear on top of your design, once you start filing, it's going to file right off. And I've done that so many times. The great thing about using a practice hand or doing your own nails is you learn quickly what mistakes are that you're making, and you learn how to correct those mistakes. So if I can offer up any advice to nail technicians, those who are interested in doing nails, those who are thinking about making this a career, the best model is yourself. Please do your own nails. Learn how to do your own nails. Learn how to sculpt your own nails, to put tips on, filing, hand file, e-file, polishing your nail with gel polish, the prep work, all of that. You are going to be your best experience, and you're going to be your best model, because you're going to know what hurts, and you're going to know pressure, and you're going to know placement. But also, I love this red iguana hand. It's so realistic, and it makes practicing a little bit more easier. So I'm applying protein bond, okay, y'all? I'm going on ahead. The acrylic has dried. and applying the Young Nails Protein Balm, which is one of my fave. It's a primer, but you can apply it after you've applied your acrylic, just to kind of seal everything in. So I'm going in now with this super shiny top coat from the nail supply store, real close to my house. I got a lot of top coats, so when I'm practicing, y'all, I try to use the things that are not that expensive, to be honest with you, to practice. Not to say it's not good, but I just want to make sure that when I'm practicing on my practice hand, and even myself, I'm not using super expensive products. I'm using things that do work, but I don't want to waste products and I don't want to waste money. So this is great for me practicing. So I'm going ahead and top coating all the nails. I'm using a top coat that is that does not have the sticky tacky layer. So I love a top coat that doesn't have the tacky layer. That means basically that you don't have to take alcohol and wipe off that sticky layer. So it's a beautiful shine to this top coat. There's no sticky layer. And I'm just making sure that I wipe off the ends, because if you don't wipe off the sides or the free edge, you can create more bulk to your nail. And if that happens, you'll see the difference, that's for sure. Once you take it out of your lamp, you'll see that the sides are protruding out a little bit, and it's because that top coat has run on the side of the nail or at the tip of the nail. So I'm just wiping, making sure that I was wiping the excess top coat off. Okay, so I'm just wrapping up that part, wiping off each side. Now I'm going to go ahead and pop it in my lamp for about 60 seconds. We're going to cook her for 60 seconds. So she's out, and now I'm going in with this oil, cuticle oil. I believe this is from Koopa, I want to say. Actually, no, it's from Famous Nails. I really like their CBD cuticle oil. So I went ahead and oiled her up because Aries want her cuticles popping. She don't want to be ashy around the cuticles and stuff. So she's my client, so I gotta treat her with respect. So I went ahead, shined her up with some cuticle oil. She was a little ashy, and now this is the finished look. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, bye my beauties.